Welcome back. First things first, I wanted to say I got these Apple EarPods to be a solution for taking Zoom meetings when I'm away from my home because I've got a better audio setup here at home. And I also got these for other uses like listening to music on my Pixel 5 when I don't want to use Bluetooth. And I also use PlayStation app on my phone so I could be in-game audio on my console. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Who'd have guessed it? These are actually available on Prime, shipped and sold directly from Amazon for $19. And as always, there'll be an affiliate link below in the description to purchase. Any and all Amazon purchases within 24 hours of clicking that link will help the channel. Though it may be only a small help, it is still a help. Thank you so much, anybody and everybody who clicks on it. Thank you. If you're like me, you got a ton of older earbuds available to you from older devices and or just buying them, gifts, whatever. I also have already bought a couple Android DACs to use with my newer smartphone since my Android phones have been USB-C for I don't know how long. Thank you, EU, for forcing iPhones to now be USB-C. I also have some Sony MDR7506 proper studio monitors. So I tried to do a comparison of like a FLAC audio file, and then I re-render that FLAC audio file as an MP3, and I listened to that via Audition in my headphones, but I couldn't really tell the difference between the FLAC and the MP3 file. Could just be me. I thought these big ears would be that much more useful. So I don't know if that's just me. There's probably a lot of variables that I might have screwed up in that process, but I tried to compare that setup as like the baseline of what the best could be to the Apple EarPods via USB-C in my MacBook and my phone, and also compared to the Samsung S8 Galaxy S8 buds that I got a handful of years ago with that phone, and I tried to plug it in via DAC and via the 3.5 millimeter audio when available, so I could get kind of a rounded comparison. I listen to music on all four methods on my MacBook Pro. As expected, the Sony monitors sound the best, but I'd also say, while that's of no surprise, the Apple EarPods actually had a richer sound than the Samsung buds. I will say the Samsung buds were louder overall. I don't know if the quality was better, but I think that would mean a bigger driver at the least. I'm not sure. I'm not an audiophile. I couldn't tell you all the components there of a in-ear monitor. But that being said, it was louder. This is while listening to Spotify on my Pixel 5 and on the MacBook Pro. I had a few other newer USB-C in-ear monitors for under $25 in my Amazon cart. But to buy those three, it's going to be $75 plus to do this comparison. And then I'm going to have a bunch of in-ear monitor, USB-C in-ear monitors I don't need. But if y'all would really like to see that review, please let me know in the comments below. Again, it's still going to be a hard expense to justify, but you know, for y'all, it's for y'all. I'll also say that I was testing the output on them, and I was talking with some friends, and they said that the best sounding audio they got was from my older Samsung buds with my newer Android DAC. So take that for whatever it's worth. I kind of felt like that was surprising, and I also thought it might have been unfair to use the older Samsung buds compared to the brand new Apple EarPods, but I also thought at the same time this is probably the most likely scenario for all of y'all, that it's either a toss up between do I buy a little USB-C to USB-C to headphone converter, or do I buy a brand new pair of in-ear monitors that are USB-C? So if you want to save yourself a few shekels and you already have a few sets of in-ear monitors, save yourself a few bucks by buying the Android DAC, and or I bet you the Apple one would work fine with an Android device, and it's a little bit cheaper at $10, also Amazon Prime. All this being said, I also wanted to test out some of the functionality of the like volume rockers and such, and I could tell you the volume rockers and the center button function exactly as you'd expect on the Apple EarPods when plugged into an Android device. You can even get the Google Assistant to come up by holding the center button. I will say that the Apple EarPods felt a little bit more delicate than my Samsung buds, but I kind of think that's just par for the course for Apple hardware. That, you know, their cables are always fraying really early on in their lifespan and costing you another $19 to replace. But that's neither here nor there. I also have two of the Android DACs, as I discussed earlier, and I did talk to my friends, and they said one sounded distinctly better than the other one. So those aren't impervious to the ravages of time either, like all other electronic devices. So take that with into your consideration as well. Also worth noting, as I mentioned earlier, I have big ears, if you didn't notice already, and I did the vigorous head shake test to see if I could toss those bad boys out, and nope, they held up strong, so kudos to them. And they don't have any weird little gel tips. I kind of like the feeling of not having a weird gel tip in my ear. I kind of think those things are harborers for disgustingness, if you know what I mean. So the major question I'd say is, would I buy these again? And the answer is yep. I feel like these are one of Apple's more reasonably priced accessories, and for the $19 that they cost, I think that's a good price. Again, if you want to save a little bit of money, you could buy their official DAC for about half that. Now, if you've watched this long into the video, I'd like to invite you to your third and final chance to comment on my recent videos to get a raffle ticket to enter into my 1,000 sub giveaway box. I hope to do the live video on the beginning of November, so comment here, you can get a raffle ticket. And if you haven't already commented on my previous 2 videos, please take this chance to do that. You could get up to 3 raffle tickets into this, so take it for what it's worth. I got to do some testing for the live stream to make sure everything works, get a couple of ducks in a row, make sure that's all good, but I'll have it as one of those scheduled premiere things, how they do on YouTube. I also just want to take a moment to thank all of the folks who came over from the Tri-State EDC 8K sub live stream. We got 215 comments or something like that and well over 200 subs. The YouTube overlords decided to slap me down and pull away a whole bunch of those subs, but that's just YouTube being YouTube. Nonetheless, I want to thank every one of you and be assured that since you commented on one of my recent 3 videos, all of those comments got a raffle ticket, and I spent over 2 hours plus replying to as many of them with 2 messages. I got a little tired of replying at like 2 in the morning afterwards, so I just started replying with the raffle ticket numbers, but all y'all got entered into the raffle. Please feel free to comment on the Workos TDO2 video to get another ticket, and on this video to get a third. Thanks again, and good luck to all those who are participating. Carry on.